All right, what's up, Kev?
Big Ron, how are you today, bud?
Great, man. How about yourself?
Doing well for a Wednesday.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate your time today. We're not going to waste too much of it. We're just going to get rolling here, and you can just start by filling everyone in on what you do for a living and kind of the lifestyle it requires.
Yeah, I live a pretty active lifestyle. For work, work in financial industry on the asset management side of things, which incorporates a lot of travel, a lot of entertaining. But when I'm not on the road or I'm not there, live down in city with my wife and my dog, and work out with you a couple times a week.
Cool, cool. And tell us a little bit about what types of things you were struggling with or wanted to address before starting this program or working with me.
Yeah, I think just genetically, weight was always an issue. I've got a big frame, so I can, my body can handle a lot of the weight, even when, I think the body fat can fluctuate pretty quickly. After, we probably worked out maybe 6 years ago for about 3 years, and then had a break for a while for whatever reason. I think, moved and, probably just lost touch, and then, planned to get married and wanted to, trim up for the wedding. And so I reached out to you about a year or so before the wedding, just to, try and get a little leaner. I've probably done my fair share of heavy, you want to call it, lifting, being an athlete and playing some college hockey. And I think I wanted to move away from that, and, reached out to you because, I had a pleasure working out with you back in the day. So I said, hey, what can we do now that's different? I was probably 40 then, I'm 42 now. And, starting to feel a little bit more, especially with all the impact I've had on my body. So, completely different workouts than, we probably did 6 years ago.
Got you. And what more specifically, what's some stuff that you've tried in the past, if any? Like, have you tried any other fitness related things in the past, whether related to nutrition or workouts?
Yeah. I think I've monitored my fitness and my health pretty well. When I'm out on the road, it's a lot tougher when I'm entertaining clients, and, there's wine and there's a company credit card and you're at a nice steakhouse. I think that the discipline might have slipped in the first couple of the years with that opportunity. And then just like sort of, maybe some empty calories here and there. But in terms of like activity, I did CrossFit for probably 2.5 years, which I really enjoyed. But I think the impact on my body, after I sort of slowed down with that, like my body was breaking down pretty good for about 1.5 years after, whether it be, I've ended up with tennis elbow in both elbows, not at the same time, but a year apart. My back was really bothering me. So that sort of limited what I could do. And I wasn't skating as much because I was working, and all of a sudden you get on a scale and, what used to be 205 is 220, and not the right kind of, 220. So, I think that's what sort of, like I said, I'm a big frame guy, I can handle 205 pounds, pretty well. It's gonna be hard for me to get too much further below that. But I think that was sort of the genesis of sort of reaching back out to you. One, because I didn't know how to work out without the impact that I've done for, 30 some years.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Is there anything else that come to mind as to why you specifically decided to start the program this round?
Again, I think just, sort of one day you get on the scale, one day you're going to get married. You say, okay, I'm going to, it's not just about me anymore. It's, just, it was time, more than, nothing really more than that. It was, all right, I want to get back into shape. what's the best way to do it? So, buzzed you.
Got you. Got you. And what about results wise? What type of results have you seen or carried out and or achieved along with whatever changes is made since then?
Yeah, I think that, just having discussions with you, it was, we sort of got our target weight. I think when I started, I was like 222. I have no problem putting on muscle. So I think when we started working out, I probably weighed 202, 210, call it. And then I put on a bunch of muscle because I got a lot stronger. And I was up to 222. And then it was another conversation. Okay, well now, I don't want to carry that much weight. How do we get lean, right? And we talked about, having a higher protein intake and really laid it out. We said, these are the amount of calories you need and the amount of fat you need, for rapid weight loss or for just moderate weight loss. And then what do you need to maintain? So those numbers, I think in the past as well, when I was working out, I didn't do as much, and I don't want to say the word cardio, but I work out, and then maybe play hockey once a week, and then, all right, I got my workout in for the week. And, I think for me, especially with, going through COVID, I was working out, generally twice a week with you. I was able to, I am lucky that, if I can get away and play hockey for an hour and a half, I can burn 1,800 calories or, something crazy like that. So, I have that ability to do that. And we were lucky enough to have an outlet to do that during COVID. So, having the flexibility to do that as well, at least once a week. And then I got a Peloton. So, I really had activity of some sort, 6 days a week. And then obviously with I wouldn't call them dietary restrictions. I didn't think they were all that bad. I ran a high protein diet anyways. It was just, really cutting out the starches that, weren't necessary. So it was, 3 egg omelet in the morning that I made, and some shredded chicken for lunch, and then a reasonable dinner on the grill with some vegetables. And, once I got into that routine, it felt just, it was normal, right? It wasn't missing anything. So
yeah, totally. Makes total sense. And you've had a shoulder issue that's kind of developed or sprung up within the last year or two, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly when it happened, but I've got a torn labrum in my left shoulder, and that, I think, when we first started working out, I think is when I noticed it the most, because I wasn't that active in terms of movement, unless I was golfing or something.
Right.
So I went and got it diagnosed, and they said, you'll probably need, at some point, which I will at some point, need to have surgery. But I think, I didn't really want to do that right off the bat. So, I think that a lot of the strength stuff we did with body weight stuff and TRX did, a lot to strengthen the muscles around it. The doctor basically said, as long as you can deal with it, you'll be fine. You're not going to hurt it anymore. And, if I have to deal with it firing up for, a week once a year, well, I'd rather do that than, have the surgery now at this point. So,
yeah.
You just got to manage it, and all about it. So, what works out, what works and what doesn't for it.
Cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know about, I've had something similar to a labrum. My right shoulder, I had a pain lesion repair some years back, and kind of know the drill. I not to get into myself, but I played a season with it pretty much.
Yeah. Right. If you can manage it.
Yeah, I just thought I when the season ended, I thought I'd just have some minor procedure of some fashion and be right back into the game. But I found out differently, 6-month rehab and the whole deal, whatever. But again, this is why I'm in the middle of, a playing career, and I wanted to play some more. And so I only had one option: get it fixed. if I
Right.
wanted to still play, and obviously I wanted to still play, and so that's why it was like, a
Gotta do it.
no-brainer.
Yeah.
Had to do it.
Yeah.
But one more question for you, man, and
Sure.
let you roll. What kind of advice would you give to the person that's on the fence, that's debating whether or not to get started with myself or this program?
Yeah. I mean, I think that, you and I have known each other for a while and we've always gotten along well, but I mean, it was easy. It really wasn't, it didn't feel like, I can't say that I've done, dietary programs or anything like that before. But just having the numbers in front of you, and the trust in you to that, if you stick to that, you're going to get to, whatever your goal is, right? I mean, we said I was at 120 or 222, and I think we said April 1st we wanted to be at 208 or something like that, and it was 3 months, and you did all the math and it was in front of you. As long as you have the discipline to do it and come up with a plan with you, in terms of, it wasn't really like, you didn't come to me and say, here's what we're going to do. You came to me and said, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it? Like, so I said, okay, I want to get down to, around 210. Now I'm at 206. Like, and how do we want to do it? Do you want to do, no meat? Do you want to do all meat? Do you want to do all, and it wasn't like your way or the highway. Again, I think that was what made it easy, because then I said, all right, well, if I'm going to do all the protein and some vegetables, you gave me the list of exactly what was included. So then it was my job to figure out, okay, what do I like? And then, that, as long as I'm, dedicated and disciplined to get there and do it, it worked out great. So I think that, a lot of people in your line of work say, this is what we're going to do, and this is how I train everybody. But everybody's different, right? Everyone's got different goals, and so I don't know, that's my long-winded answer.
No, that's a good point. No, I appreciate that. Well, listen, man, enjoy the rest of your work day. Get something accomplished today.
It's 3:30 in the afternoon, but I'll keep going.
It's at the end of it now, all right?
Yeah, exactly. Wrapping things up.
Well, cool, man. Appreciate your time. I will see you not tomorrow, but
yeah, hopefully this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Kev. Appreciate it, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Bye-bye.